Good Wednesday morning. Welcome to Tech Check. I'm Carl Quintanilla with John Ford and Deirdre Bosa.
Meta unveiling the Quest Pro headset last night. There's Mark Zuckerberg. He continues to talk up his investment in the metaverse, but he's trying to reset expectations for a longer-term payoff, telling The Verge, quote, "I think that this is just another big vector for developing the next computing platform. This is a step toward all 200 million of those people who get new PCs every year, starting instead to do some of the work in VR." So that's VR for the enterprise. Here to discuss, Tom Rogers, CNBC contributor, longtime media and cable executive, who has another, maybe unexpected reason to be bullish on VR. Tom, lay it out for us.
Well, thanks for having me. And first, let me say I have been very fortunate to be associated with RiverSpring Health and the Hebrew Home in Riverdale for 25 years under the leadership of Dan Reingold, CEO, and Dave Pomerantz, COO. Many awards for helping elderly improve their lifestyle. Recently turned to technology as a way to do that more with a grant from the Hauser Foundation. And VR and AR have been a real emphasis in terms of how technology can improve the life of seniors. Fascinating finding. First, I should say, I have been a real skeptic of near-term adoption of the metaverse. Figure Meta will figure it out over time, but near-term adoption, I've been skeptical. But on the other hand, as John would say, what we have seen here at the Hebrew Home is participation by seniors with headsets on, bringing the outside world to them, being able to take trips to Paris, to the Great Wall of China, to be able to go beyond the confines of living in an old age facility, being able to visit an old neighborhood that they used to live in, beginning to furnish GoPro cameras to families so weddings and graduations and Little League games can be brought in and they can virtually experience being actually there. It seems to ease agitation. It increases the attention span. The withdrawn become more engaged. They reminisce with more passion. These are 80 and 90-year-olds, and the comfort level of the headset seems to be fine. Now, I should point out, all this coverage of Meta that you're talking about, this is not a Meta headset. This is made by Pico with an experience developed by a Boston-based company called Riverdale that provides VR to the healthcare industry. And Pico happens to be owned by Dance, which, as you know, owns TikTok.
Okay, Tom, so interesting. It's not actually a Meta headset. You know, it's unexpected, I say, because even my mom, who's not that old, has trouble working her smartphone and PC still. So it's a little surprising to look at sort of an older demographic that is becoming comfortable with these devices. Do you think that this can really pick up on a large scale, that they're going to be comfortable with this operating system when, you know, a lot of folks are still trying to get used to the current ones?
I think so. I mean, obviously, it has to be done in the right way with people who understand the needs of seniors and with a headset that makes them comfortable. But we have over close to 300 participating. This isn't a forced activity. This is something people are looking for to do more of. They use it on average about 3 times a week. The Hebrew Home is having to double the number of headsets that it makes available, given the demand. And it seems to be quite successful. Now, this is largely, I call it more of an AR experience in that it's experiencing the real world virtually. But with the comfort level and the interest in doing it, you can easily see how this population would be interested in an avatar that presents a look that they might be more comfortable with socializing with others and be in a safe virtual environment where they can get out of a more isolated setting and into greater socialization, which could open up their world in other ways. So I see this being a pathway to more virtual reality that really does serve the needs of seniors. We all have parents and grandparents who are somewhat isolated as they get older, and this could really be an interesting way to change their whole day-to-day experience.
Yeah, one potential use case. Tom Rogers, thanks so much for being with us. We'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks for having me.